It was a cold, snowy night in December. My twin sister Kate and I were driving to Starbucks to pick up a hot drink. As I was pulling out into the street, a blue Ford pickup truck nearly hit us. I admit, I pulled in front of the pickup truck only because the pickup didn't have its headlights on. The pickup sped off. We managed to make it to Starbucks and ordered our drinks at the drive-thru. We parked in the parking lot to drink our drinks and do a couple TikToks. When we finished our drinks, we drove home. As I was turning onto the street where we live, I noticed a blue Ford pickup parked on the street 2 houses past ours. We quickly exited our car and went inside. I ran upstairs to look out the window. As soon as I looked outside, the pickup drove away. My sister and I had a laugh about it. The next day, it wasn't so funny. We walked outside to drive to school, and I noticed the same pickup parked on the street 2 doors down. Kate and I looked at each other and scurried quickly to the car. We drove past the pickup to school. As we passed the pickup, a man wearing a black and red checkered flannel and blue jeans exited the pickup. I noticed he was holding a hatchet in his right hand. This frightened the shit out of us. We decided we would tell the school resource officer at school when we got there because our parents were working. When we arrived at school, we immediately told the school resource officer, Officer Powers, what happened. He assured us that he would send a marked squad by our house to check it out. When we went about our day and checked in with Officer Powers before we left. He said no one was located, and without a license plate number, there wasn't much we can do. Since the school day was over, we drove home. Upon arriving at our home, we noticed something horrifying. There was a small hatchet embedded in the trunk of the tree in front of our house. We both screamed because we knew this wasn't a coincidence. Kate then did something I couldn't believe. She grabbed the hatchet and threw it as far as she could into a snowbank. I yelled, "Why did you do that? There could have been fingerprints on the handle." We decided just to leave it where it was and tell our parents when they arrived home from work. We waited frightened out of our minds for what seemed like forever, but it was only a couple of hours. Our parents came home and we told them everything. My dad called the police and we told them the story as well. The responding officer told us that he was told by Officer Powers about the situation and he had been driving by periodically but didn't see the hatchet in the tree. We showed the officer where Kate had thrown the hatchet. He recovered it and said they would try to lift prints. However, since Kate grabbed it and it was in a snowbank, it would be next to impossible. A few days went by without anything going on. We thought we were out of the woods, so to speak, but boy, were we wrong. We were driving home from school when suddenly the blue pickup was right behind us. It sped up and was right on our bumper. Kate was driving this time and I yelled to her, "Speed up!" Kate stepped on the gas, but the pickup was still right on our bumper. Our hearts were beating out of our chest. Kate made several turns, but the guy was right on us. I called the police and told them where we were. The 911 dispatcher told us to calmly drive to the police station and units would be dispatched to help. This was when things got worse. We started driving to the police station, but there was a traffic signal up ahead. The light was green and I thought we would make it. Our luck changed when the light turned yellow and we were stuck at the light. We desperately wanted to go through the red, but there was a car in front of us. All of a sudden, the man in the pickup exited the vehicle and approached our car. He was walking slowly and confidently toward our car. He had a tire iron in his hand. We were freaking out, screaming, and called the police with our location. He walked closer and closer until he was at the back of our car. The man lifted the tire iron and with one large, swift motion crashed it onto the back window, shattering it. Our screams grew louder because we knew what was next. He was going to smash our windows and then us. He then got to the driver's side window, lifted up his arm, and that's when we heard, "Put it down now!" The police had arrived. We both let out a huge sigh of relief. He dropped the tire iron and got on the ground. The man was taken into custody. The man was charged with stalking and criminal damage to property. He is currently serving 10 years in Cook County Jail. We said to ourselves, this is the last time we are going to Starbucks. But we know that will never happen.